Oh man, boys, getting messy in the streets, and I love it. I all the way love it. So, Dan done put out a proposal. God, dog, and it was the same proposal I put out yesterday. I'm talking. I put out the same proposal, except he made it a little bit sweeter. Oh my goodness. Oh man. See, because I'm trying to get Maxx Crosby. That's the difference between me and a lot of people. I'm actually trying to do this. I would want this. It make a lot of sense. The force multiplier effect of Crosby go create 101s across your whole front. And then you got a super interior too mixed with that. Boy, your team become dope. You don't got to do too much even in that back end, and it'll be just scary, bro. It'll be scary. I see the vision clear. But a lot of people, when they fight with me, they don't talk about that part. They just say, "Why would you put a hole in your offense?" Guess what else I got? A solution. See, I got a solution. See, that's the difference between me and a lot of people too. Is that when I'm proposing these ideas, I'm literally coming at y'all with some good answers. Good ones, like dope stuff. Like, I'm giving y'all some good stuff to make your overall team better. So when I propose what I propose, I want y'all to do me a favor. Do me a favor and just take it easy on my back, because I know it's a lot of emotions.
Take it easy on my back.
I get it. Especially when you saw people like Pickens just do their thing. You know what I mean? You know, he did his thing, you know. But this is a hard business, and sometimes you got to make hard decisions that don't have to really deal with the talent of the people, because, you know, we all see that Pickens is a dog, you know, but at the same time, you know, we got to make hard decisions, and I'm one of them people that's willing to do it. I'm going to do a video on that later on why I think the way that I do, the way I...
to George Pickens making another insane acrobatic catch.
No, phone, shut up. Hold on, my phone is talking.
Would you like me to look up his
No, I don't want you to do none of that. Matter of fact, I'm going to get rid of your phone. Let me get rid of my phone because it's acting up. Real quick. Yeah, it's making noises. Yeah, let me do this real quick because why the phone doing all that? Let me go and get to this, and then we go get into the content. I'm going to make this, explain why it's a beautiful win-win on what Dan proposed. So go for a Hail Mary on Sleeper Picks and win up to 100 times your money. Use promo code BCS, and Sleeper will 100% match your first deposit up to $100 instantly. They doing some new stuff over there at Sleeper too. We get this the last month to take advantage of it. Sleeper Daily Fantasy Sports is a mobile-based daily sports platform where users create entries by predicting if players will achieve more or less than their projected statistical totals. So the new thing is Sleeper has launched a new teams picks where you can choose winners of each game. So going back to this proposal, and I'm gonna explain why this proposal is absolutely dope. Okay. So one of the main things that make this proposal dope is, and we debated this hard on Bossland yesterday. We debated this hard. Okay. And I said the same thing. I said, in my proposal I made on Bossland, I said the way that you can even attract Crosby is you have to be willing to trade either Pickens or CeeDee Lamb. And that's what makes it attractive to them. We know they're in a situation where they getting ready to draft the quarterback. They're going to want some excitement with that quarterback. So nothing is going to bring optimism like a weapon and a new weapon with a new quarterback. That's what creates the win for LA. Not LA, the Vegas Raiders. What creates the win for Dallas is last in defense. They need, and their defensive coordinator said that it's a priority. Listen.
And I've kind of gone through that process internally for a great deal of my career.
So I prepared as much as I possibly can at this moment.
And obviously, it wasn't a good year for the Cowboys defensively last year and what they did, but your thoughts on what is in-house here and how you can improve the guys that are already here as opposed to waiting for what happens in the draft?
Yeah, I mean, the game is definitely won and lost up front.
Excuse me? The game is what?
Opposed to waiting for what happens in the draft.
Yeah, I mean, the game is definitely won and lost up front.
Oh, it is?
We have significant players in the front. Yeah, I think, definitely want to, stop the run and affecting the quarterback, I think, are the two most important things you can do.
Oh, okay. So the two most important things to the very, very guy that we just hired, winning up front, stopping the run, and getting after the quarterback. So when yo DC is literally saying these things, this is why I am specifically pushing for Crosby. And I do get a lot of people want to do plan Bs. They want to do plan Bs. And I'm open. I'm hearing out your plan Bs. But let me explain to why I'm real dead set on the plan A of Crosby. Because, Trey wouldn't be bad. Like, me and Henny, we had a very fair discussion on this. And I wouldn't be, like, mad at Trey, but it's a reason why I still want Crosby over Trey without question. Because, first of all, you're dealing with a player that's mid-prime versus late in his prime. And that's why people that's comparing Pickens' age to Crosby age, that's a moot point. That point is not even relative. It's not even relevant at all, because both of them are at the age to where they would be able to play through 4 years on a 4-year contract. So comparing age is really kind of like, that's a nothing point. He's 24 and the other guy 28. That don't mean shit, And compare it, because you need either one of them for a 4-year window. So they both fulfilled that. So who cares about that point, okay, when people try to make that point. But this is different. You got mid-prime with Crosby versus late prime with Trey, right? And late prime is where you might start seeing a quicker fall off on the edge guy, right? So there's some risk there, right? More risk, obviously, with Trey. The other risk side that a lot of times people not accounting for is the injury history of Trey. Injury history is way more significant with Trey than it is Crosby. Crosby only showed up with something like within the last 2 years. He's been basically Iron Man on the football field. Like playing a whole bunch of snaps, playing like 90% of snaps, never leaving the field, crazy tackle rates, crazy sack production, a whole lot of emphasis on him when he's on the field. 2 tight ends set to his side almost every time. It's crazy the amount of emphasis they put on Crosby. And that's why my third point of why I will want him easily over Trey is because of the impact is way better. It's like you have, like I said before, way more protection slanted this way. And that's what makes him a queen on a chessboard. So we was debating this last night on Bossland, and we kept getting caught in the weeds when I would talk about the impact of Micah on the field. So then the rebuttal would be, but why didn't he do it in the playoffs? It's like, that's not even what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the play of Micah. I'm talking about the presence of Micah. Let me say that again. I'm talking about the presence of Micah. So presence talking about him just being on the field and how defenses have to account for him. Have to, just because he's wearing 11 and out there. I'm talking about nothing to do with play. So because that's what creates the advantage, and that's why I gotta stay with the top shelf guy. The top shelf guy for the impact you get is Crosby. Just the fact that he's out there, just like Michael when he was out there. And guess what Dallas was ranked again on deep. Yeah, what was they ranked again? Without Mike on the field last year. Again. Yeah. So it's real. We not making it up. I'm not making it up. Like, it's right here. So over the last 4 years, the Cowboys are the league's best defense when Micah Parsons on the field by EPA per play. And so, yeah, so again, when you have the type of player, so that don't let nobody try to twist up what I'm saying. This ain't, again, don't bring up no playoffs, because that ain't what we talking about. We talking about how defenses have to account for him, which makes him what I call a chain reaction type of player. So just because he's out there, right, Osa and them have way more one-on-ones. Why do y'all think that when Micah was back, even under all those injuries that happened under Zimmer, the team still led the league in sacks while he was on the field? See, I'm saying his presence, not his play, his presence. So bringing up his playoffs is a nothing point. I want somebody that if you put them on the field, it causes everybody else to have a better chance to eat. That's the advantage of a Maxx Crosby and why he's a better value team-wise than even Pickens. Now, both of those guys are chain reaction players, because when you have a chain reaction with Pickens, that helps obviously CeeDee Lamb, because you can't really just double and focus on CeeDee anymore because you got an outlet now, right? We get that. It also helps your backfield, because when CeeDee gets off and when Pickens gets off, then they're going to likely back up and it's going to cause lighter boxes. So it's a chain reaction with him as well. We're not taking away from the chain reaction that he causes, you know, because his dopeness does cause a chain reaction as well. But we have the biggest need as of defense. So also, why is this like a super win-win? This is the other part that a lot of people that it's a lot of people that's disingenuous on the proposals that I'm making. This is where they're not being honest on the proposal that I'm making. My proposal gives you a way better, well, I would say at this point, me and Dan's proposal. Our proposal gives you a way better chance of overall team success. Why? Because it's much easier to replace a wide receiver 2 than it is an edge. It is much easier. So we was debating last night, and that's why I wasn't taking and I wasn't gonna take it even for a second, that drafting the edge is like drafting the replacement of wide receiver 2. It's not even close. The success rate of, and me and Landlord did a show about that. We literally did a show where we literally proved that's the success rate when you get a first round weapon and put him under an all pro. That person usually exponentially cooks and becomes the new number one, where you can usually even send that former all-pro on, and that new number one assumes the role as if that old former all-pro was not even needed anymore. And it's a very long history of that. And me and Landlord went through that in detail. So like, I got all kind of evidence of me talking about this and doing research on this all the way back to 2018, where I've been showing the pattern on this since 2018. That's me right there, easily breaking down when first round weapons was drafted to be heroes, meaning they was drafted to a team where they had to assume that they was gonna be the number one target. And the bust rate on those guys was extremely high because it was a lot of pressure you putting on them. You taking these young weapons and you putting them out there against the best corner every week, the best brackets every week, confusing disguises every week. So they failed a lot. But when you bring a receiver under an existing all-pro, which CD is an all-pro, the success rate is in the 90s, like 95%. And I've shown this so many times. That's why I have full confidence. I showed the history of teams doing this with Atlanta, where they didn't miss a beat, literally going from White to Julio as the number 2. White went on. Julio became the number 1. And when he started getting older, what did they do? They went and got Ridley. And then he went on and really was able to assume and become the number 1. Then they went and got Pitts, and he broke the chain. And then you can go look at Green Bay, who literally did the exact same strategy I'm saying. And they did it 6 times without missing a hitch. They didn't miss a beat. They literally did it 6 times in a row, going from Sterling Sharp all the way to Adams without missing a beat, because they were smart enough to take a dope receiver and put them behind an all-pro, let them cut their teeth for a couple of years, and then they would give them the mantle of the new number 1. And it worked consecutively without missing one beat. And they didn't cry. They wasn't scared to losing them like we are afraid to lose Pickens. They just said, hey, it's time to get the next guy ready. And they did it. Yo, Dallas Cowboys did it, damn it. Yo, Dallas Cowboys did it. Yeah, Dez didn't come in as the number 1. He came in as the number 2. He was behind Miles. Miles was the number 1. And just like the disciple model usually does, is you go get a dope receiver, put him behind an all-pro, and the shit cooked. You saw it with Amari and CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, you did. Don't act like you didn't see it. Amari was the number 1. CD was a deal too good to pass up, so we went ahead and got him. But then what happened is it also made Amari eventually expendable, where he should have stayed and naturally became the number 2. They pushed him out the door. But when they pushed him out the door, 2 years of being the number 2 allowed him to have the confidence to then become the number 1. And when he finally became the number 1, he went crazy with close to 1,700 yards, all because he did it under the disciple model. So that's why we had a super heated debate, because under the proposal that Dan had yesterday, it frustrated me. I'm just being all the way honest. It all the way frustrated me that what was said was, yeah, if you try to replace Pickens, it has to be no less than Pickens. It's like, nah, bro. No, we ain't doing that, because I'm giving you something super dope. I'm giving a team Crosby. But then what we could get in return potentially is Cornell Tate. And I just would ask people to do just go do your research, go turn on the film and go look at him run his routes. Go look at him attack balls vertically. Go look at the nuance and look at him blocking. And I'm gonna tell you right now, he's a way better blocker right now than Pickens. Right now. And he will be coming from Ohio State, which you can say is wide receiver university in all pros into the NFL. So if we had some courage, it would be a win-win with a 90% chance of success or higher. Yeah, you could get a Tate. And let's say he got drafted. Well, shit, you still got another big receiver that's dope. So if you miss him, Jordan Tyson just as dope. But the guy that would be like your Pickens too easily would be Cornell Tate. That's what you have with this proposal. This is a dope ass proposal. What even make it even better is they threw in a pick 36, a high second rounder. I don't see how anybody that's really for trying to overall improve the Cowboys, how could you say no to this? How could this be like, no? Because if you bring up age, that don't make no difference. We talking about beginning of prime and mid prime. If you talking about putting a hole in the offense, why would you put a hole in the offense? Shit, because I'm going to plug it? Because I'm going to plug it with some more dopeness? See, that's what people leaving out of the proposal that I made and Dan made, is that we talking about giving y'all pick 12. Team weapons would have exactly what they wanted last year. Now, every one of them was like, I don't care, give me any weapon at 12. It can be Matthew, which was a reach. It could be Ibuka. Yeah, that would have been a reach too, based on where he was drafted, right? But everybody was willing to take that last year. Now, this year, I'm not taking it. I ain't going back for Pickens, for CeeDee Lamb. No, that's not putting your team first. That's just not putting your team first. You getting a win-win across the board, you know, and it's just what it is. You getting a complete win-win. I absolutely love this proposal, because you still, you would give up 20, but you would gain 36, and there's no player you could draft at 12 that would be Maxx Crosby. None. But if you keep 12, you could get a player that could flourish into the next Pickens, which there's a long history saying that that's true. It's a long history saying that when you get a first round receiver and put him under an all pro, they usually become a new number one themselves. Your own history says that. It's just, are you in love with a player? Or do you want to go with the high probability of being able to replace a dope player with another dope player? It just makes sense. So to me, it's a clear win-win. Your head coach talked about games in won and lost in the trenches. Your new DC is saying games in won and lost in the trenches. So what I want to do is I want to put the main capital of our team in the trenches. Is something wrong with that? Now, I'm open to hear what y'all say. I am. You know, I am. So I want to hear what y'all. I didn't look at the comments at all right now because I want to make sure I got through this live uninterrupted, just to present the whole case of the win-win. And it's clear to me. Your Dallas Cowboys greatly win. And you greatly still get dopeness. Just go look them up. Just go look up. Go look at the first round receivers that one of them go likely be there at 12. One of them. Just like it was likely that Matthew Golden or Tet was going to be there, and one of them was there. So for all the people, why would you hurt Dak? Why would you hurt Dak? You not hurting Dak. You giving Dak some dope shit. You giving Dak a weapon fresh out of 12. And guess what else it does to your window? Instead of having a big old budget on receiver, now you have a first round weapon as your number 2, and you have 5 years of this person's rights. 5 years. So now you can continue to build a defense without being strapped with a big contract. It just makes sense to me. I see the clear win-win in this. It's a clear win-win. Literally everybody wins. Your Raiders win because they get a super fun, exciting new toy with either CeeDee Lamb or Pickens. They have a new quarterback with a veteran receiver versus a rookie receiver. They win on that. That would be attractive to them. Yeah, they will want that over picks. So for people that'll say they want 2 first round picks, no, they want the dope ass player. They want to know we got a dope player. So we giving you that. We'll give you that. Just give us the dope player in return, and we cool. And now your last place defense now has a force multiplier, and your last place defense would have a chain reaction type of player that would cause one-on-ones all across your front. It will be impossible to stop Dallas front. Your middle already destructive. You would have a super destructive edge? Super destructive? And you would pick up pick 36? Oh man, sign me up for that deal all day. Without blinking. I'm talking about, I wouldn't even blink. It'll be like, bruh, sign me up and go ahead and set me up with the next weapon. The next weapon sitting right there. Let's get it and let's go. Let's get it and let's go. Yo, Cowboys win. You get the draft picks, the best player. You get another dope and big wide receiver too. Not just dope, big and dope. You basically getting little Pickens. Will you probably get a little bit less production year 1, year 2? Yeah. But by year 3, you will likely have Pickens all over again, but much cheaper. Much cheaper. With three more years left of this weapons rights. Go do your homework on them boys. Go look at them boys. And when you do your homework, come back and say that you wouldn't be confident in this plan. It's a dope ass plan. Dallas Cowboys should do it. I stand on it. I'm not shying away from that. I know this gonna piss a lot of people off because Pickens is a fan favorite. I don't do content to make people happy. I do content because I believe in these ideas and I've done massive amount of research on this. I am willing to debate anybody on this at any time. So I got some people on Twitter saying they want to debate, so I'm gonna have a call-in show and I'm gonna let y'all call in and debate this plan. And we go talk it through. If y'all make good points, I'm gonna give you credit for your point and I'm gonna come around to what you're saying. But don't be coming in here acting like we ain't got a solution to the absence of Pickens. Don't come in here being fake like that. Don't come in here like we disrupting the offense when we giving you a dope ass plan. After this particular channel, anybody that says that is lying. You're lying on my plan. You're lying on Lou's plan. We giving you a plan that's gonna give you something dope in return. So stop lying. I'm not gonna let y'all lie. Period. But it's your boy Boss Show, me man, bringing you another one. I'm out.